See a group of adventurers surrounded by a crowd of attacking Xerops. This man is with them, seemingly unconcerned by the battle, even detached from it as he stands in the middle of his comrades, chanting, his expression bordering on elation. His voice is powerful and deep, booming out across the combatants as a rich counterpoint to the chaos of fighting. With every phrase, the battlefield changes. His allies glow with a pulsing blue light, freezing the Xerops that surround them. A blazing pyre erupts on the ground, cutting and burning the creatures and sending them scattering. One of the fallen Xerops suddenly explodes as three giant grubs crawl from its corpse and attack the remaining enemies. The man continues to chant, thoroughly enthralled in the joy of the moment. Finally, the creatures have been reduced to one. His allies stand back as the man approaches it. Still chanting, he removes his hammer and swings at the Xerop. His phrase ends as the hammer connects with the head, punctuating the spell and bringing the song to an end. This movement man is of an impressive build, towering over the countertop. His skin is the dusty blue of the deeper oceans, and his thick arms boast corded muscle. Small ears framed from a square-jawed face, coated in smeared soot and arcing black tattoos alike. He offers you a broad smile as you approach. Welcome. You're the first new face I've seen in quite some time. What can I do for you? What do you have here? You come to us at a strange time, I'm afraid. The stock's not quite what it used to be, but we find weapons and armor to offer yet, all forged right here in the Black Hammer. Show me what you have for sale. Oh, so we have some legendaries in here. I wish we could afford that. Alright, so we have a war bow. So it seems like, I mean, this just has higher damage. I think we're gonna buy this. Oh well, can't buy any of that. Alright, whoa. Alright, let's equip that. Alright, nothing else we can really do here. It's all stealing. Alright, so we've been here. We saw this place and that place and the one we're going to. So we're going to go to Ingroid's house. Oh, there's some loot out there we gotta grab. Darwood Part 2. Ingrid. This man and woman appear to be in deep conversation, working at closing two bulging satchels. They move to embrace until the woman notices your approach and pauses, her smile faltering a little.
How do you do?
Can we help you? She looks to her companion, brows furrowing with confusion. Do Do you know this man, Nanton? Oh, hey, it's the guy we met out there. Naughton coughs. Yes, I think we met in the Valewood. I warned him about the bear. He inclines his head. Glad to see you made it. Was there something else you wanted? You two seem to be in a hurry. Yes, I imagine so, Ingrid laughs. We're packing for a trip, actually. I've been meaning to visit Defiance Bay, and she looks at Norton. Well, in truth, I think I've had a fill of this town. It's time for some new scenery. Is there anything you can tell me about Gilded Vale? Ingrid smiles wearily. Only that you'll want to be moving on as soon as you can. You have seen the tree, I imagine, but the rock goes deeper. If you were looking for work, I'd say you have better chances of it elsewhere. We're headed for Defiance Bay ourselves. Goodbye. Well, you're leaving. Oh, I was about to say, if that was a warbow, I was about to be so upset. Alright, well, nothing in here. This one's unnamed. I don't know what's going on here. You see a crowded marketplace, vendor stalls lining the road. Their proprietors voicing calling out to passerby to come sample their wares. This woman wanders through the throngs, strolling hand in hand with another woman. They pursue the vendors. They peruse the vendor's goods, tearing at a book merchant with a number of odd and beautiful tomes, chatting with one another about what they see. One will pick up a book and show it to the other, who will take it, comment on it, and place it back on the shelf. Then the first will snatch up the book again and quickly pay the merchant before the other can snatch it back. They walk away from the market weighing down their packs filled with books, still hand in hand, standing close, comfortable and familiar with each other. As they pass down somewhat of a deserted street, an object suddenly hits the woman in the chest and bounces off, rolling toward one of the other buildings. The women stop and look at the object, an apple, and then back up the person who threw it. There's nothing special about him aside from the angry look on his face, the other two apples he holds. Before either woman can move, the man draws back and throws another one at them, this time hitting the second woman in the forehead. He yells at them, something diverse and hateful, something about the legacy and about responsibilities. The woman raised their hand to their head and wiped the juice and bits of fruit off her face and stares the man down defiantly. The first woman squeezes her hand and puts the other companion's shoulder, attempting to calm her down. The other woman pulls out a book from her pack and holds it before her. Muttering under her breath, she pulls her hand free and waves it above the book, an aura forming around her. The first woman is still trying to calm her down, but all she says goes unheard. The man, uncaring of the events happening in front of him, he draws back and throws the last apple. It arcs through the air toward them. So second woman brings up her hand and points at the apple. A glowing orb of energy flies from her hand and strikes the apple, causing it to explode, raining bits of apple down on the road and the buildings around them. The man's face changes, anger joined by fear, looking like he's trying to decide if running or attacking is a better course of action. The second woman has started chanting again, her hand glowing, her eyes narrowing. The woman steps in front of her, placing herself between her love and their attacker. She touches her face, gently stroking it while whispering calming words. A kiss. The woman countenance changes. She calms, her eyes softening, her lips regaining the lost smile. The first woman smiles again and while kisses the other. Wizard scum, the man behind them says, and the two women turn to face him, staring him down defiantly. They join hands and begin walking again, moving past him without much of a sideways glance. You see a key turned gently, steady, and hear a ghostly click of a door swings inward. Two figures slip in, locking the door behind them, and begin their prowl. Their hunt is efficient, and it It takes them little time to acquire a sizable collection of documents in oddly shaped velvet pouches. Quick hands fill their pockets. The door opens downstairs and everything freezes. Footsteps, a tired giggle. The thieves are all eyes whites and short breath as they empty their pockets of all but the necessities. Anything noisy hurriedly replaced. Silence from downstairs. The tentative steps up the staircase. A voice calls out. One thief creeps forward and the other gesticulating wildly for him to return. He continues forward, crouching by the banister. He sees a gaudy shoe and glove. The woman falls with cut-off scream, rolling lifelessly on the floor below. Swearing, the second thief grabs her brother and they make their escape, collecting whatever of value they can on the way out. Alright, let's head up to the windmill. We know there's more grain in there, Thrumbell. We won't settle for scraps while you grow fat on our crops. A muffled shouting emerged from inside the mill. The first of you drunkards comes through the door, he gets shot between the eyes. Gods hear me. Gods hear me, Swainer. I'll put you down like a dog. Come away for now, lads, but we'll be back. Trumbull, and we'll have fair prices. Or by the flame, we'll have a reckoning. Alright, let's see what's going on here. An elven man stands before you. His relatively stocky build suggesting a life of labor. His face pale and drawn, his eyes wide behind him. A younger man and woman exchange worried glances. The miller raises a club as you enter and shakes it violently on his grip. Get back if you value your life. Hold on, I'm not here to hurt anybody. The miller hesitates and lowers the club. Wait, I know you. You just came into town, right? Don't tell me Swarner already got his claws into you. Gods, that's all I need. My name is Grizz. I've only just arrived in the Gilded Vale. You picked one bad time to come visiting. Gilded Vale's had all its shine scraped off. Just a big dung heap now. And a Swarner thinks he's the king of it. They're all of them mad. What's all that ruckus outside? One second, guys. Words begin. Swarners whipped them into a froth. Going on about grain stores. Claims I have hidden away most of it. All I do with the grain is sell it. I can't create it out of thin air, and I can't hand it out for free. I pay the farmers for the crops they bring in, and I sell what comes out of the mill. Most of it goes to the Black Hound on the west side of town for ale, and Swinder and his lot sure don't mind that part. You take a look at the fields on the way into town, the crops blightened, and most of it I've gotten from the farmers. Trumbull gestures to the sacks and containers. It's gone off, rotted through. I can't pay top prices for blighted wheat. I've barely enough to get good grain to go around. Swinner's howling after things he has no right to. Maybe I ought to go have a talk with Swinner then. The miller all but sags with relief. I'd be grateful if you did. He won't listen to me anymore, but maybe I'll have better luck. Tell him we're having a hard time of it, and we'll have to make some sacrifices. We'll be in your debt for it, if you can convince him. Be right back, guys. Give me 1 minute. Alright, I'm back. So we've been to every single house here. I want to go back, and since we have an expert, I want to see if we can at least take on the wolves. Back here. And, because I know there was a body up there, so there might be some decent loot.
Aye?
Huh? Keeping quiet. Yeah.
Aye? Lava will be on... Seek! How may I help?
Yeah.
Aspect worth and rough! Yes?
Huh?
Lava will be on seek!
Almost.
Lava will be on seek! Aspect...
Great. Maybe we can finish him off. Come on.
Let's go.
Potion doesn't heal for anything.
Let's go.
Come on. Come on, one more good hit. One more good hit.
Almost.
Close. We can definitely do it.
Sure. Yeah.
Aye? Aspect worth and rough!
Huh?
These aged walls appear to have once encircled the entire glade. Only a small fragment remained. The stairs leading to the top of the structure have crumbled away. Examine the wall more closely. The heavy bricks are slick with moss, presenting a hindrance to climbing, but the stones themselves seem sturdy enough. Given the right tools, it might be easy to reach the top. Scale the wall. Actually, alright, scale the wall. You're now on surface. Climb up yourself. You find a hand holding one of the large stone. You start to yourself, but even on bricks, odd angle of the ascent makes the climb difficult. After a short distance, your arm began to burn too fiercely. You were forced to drop back. Alright, so we can't do that. Really want to get him part of the party. This guy. I guess let's just head out of town. I wonder if the roads depend on which part of the map unlocks. It does. Alright guys, that's probably where we're going to end it for tonight. We made some good progress, so we'll pick up here next time. Probably won't stream tomorrow, so I'll be uploading these videos maybe Thursday, probably Friday for sure. We will continue some Cyberpunk, and then this weekend we'll probably dive into this a little bit more. Alright, so I'll catch you guys next time.